I'm Sam.
And I'm Tony. And
we're the Happy Problem. And this is our Hip Spotlight. I had a happy problem in LA in more ways than one. I had a band called the Happy Problem, but it wasn't really working out. And in 6 months of running this band, I had 4 different drummers and 2 different bass players. And this amount of turnover was becoming a bit of a problem, and I don't know if it was that it was LA or I was working with people that were really, really young, which was my choice. But for whatever reason, it wasn't sticking. I had the album recorded, but the live band kept changing. I missed New York. I wanted to come back anyway, so I literally kind of cut the cord and came back, and I found Tony. The first gig we played was a bar called K&M in Williamsburg, and it was for an art opening at a vintage hipster sex shop. When the album was done, my friend Jen Shaw, who's a director, said, "You gotta make a video, you gotta make a video." And I was like, that's a lot of money, and what's the point of a video, and why, and And she said, "No, I'm telling you, you gotta do it, you gotta do it." And so we went through a bunch of different songs on the album, and the album's called Head Case, and the title track is one of the ones that we thought of. And then the more we went through it, Matador just kept kind of popping its head out. Would you like credit for that? Okay, it's all Tony's idea.
No,
that's the end of the
video,
story.
But I knew that.
You knew that would happen with that song, yeah. Yeah, it's somehow, the song kind of came out of nowhere. First when I wrote it, I was worried that it was too musical theater-ish, because it has this kind of like, Bob Fosse, like da 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 da. But when I brought these guys in to fill it out and finish it, it took on its own thing, and now it's almost like Nirvana meets the Doors, or this sort of demented scene going on. So that was really where it came from, and then I wrote this elaborate script, basically, because I grew up on music videos, so I've been creating these videos in my head. I mean, my first love was Duran Duran, so no holds barred. This is where I come from. So I had this long thing, and it involved stunts. Tony was supposed to do tons of stunts, and I was supposed to be crawling on the floor like Hungry Like the Wolf, and there was going to be a strong man and 2 drag queens and an old man like the, what is it, the Great Adventure guy?
Yes.
Yeah, like a guy like that, and all these characters, and then this massive explosion of cocaine happening in the corner, and there were all kinds of things going on. Tony was going to get thrown over the bar, and because he does stunts, and he was a wrestler and stuff. So in the end, as with all projects, you must rein the visionary in and make something that's more doable.
It's not budget, it's time.
Yeah. But in the end, we actually came the message of the song is what I wanted, which is kind of like, look at these train wrecks. I think it's just that you do what you gotta do. So when I first started playing music at all, part of the reason I kind of fell in with the folk crowd is I could pick up my guitar by myself and go play a gig, and I could book the gig, and I could make a poster for the gig and tape it to the wall by campus and do the whole, and it just was easier. Not easy, but it was easier than trying to coordinate with a whole band, and then we have gear and vans, and I think it's very much the same thing now. You make a record, you're really proud of it, really excited about it, and now what do you do? So it's like the honeymoon ends. When you're in the studio, you're in the honeymoon. And then it's like you're done with the record, and now no one's going to tell anybody about it except you. So you just kind of have to start doing it. And the great thing with this album is it seems to be working. We're not just the only people talking about it now. So we are the Happy Problem. We are all over the World Wide Web. Pretty much anything / the Happy Problem gets you to us, but it is Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Last.fm, Amazon, MySpace, I said Last.fm. What else? Reverb Nation. The best thing to do, though, is to go to thehappyproblem.com, and right there on the front page, as you listen to the album, wafting its way through your computer speakers automatically, you will see a list of every single website and ways that you can share us and friend us and like us.
All designed by Sam.
All designed by me. I built the website. I'm very proud.